I had promised to do a neck video several weeks ago, and I just hadn't gotten to it yet. But here we go. The problem that most of us are having is because of technology, but also it may be the way you're sleeping, the way you're not protecting your neck. So first thing I want to talk about is keeping your neck warm. We've all, I think all over the United States, recently we've had a cold spell, and it's here in New Mexico, it's been very cold. So I have on a turtleneck, but often you're not wearing a turtleneck, and the back of your head and neck, those muscles, and there's blood vessels, you need to keep the back of your neck warm. So a scarf or a high turtleneck, this one will come up higher, is something that you should have, especially if you're working where air conditioning is. So I'm going to put this up here just to show you about keeping your neck and the back of your head warm. I usually wear hats, and if you're not wearing a hat, that may be affecting you because you've got all of these muscles through here that are getting cold. Also, people that have really long, heavy hair, think about it. That hair, if it's down all the time, that hair can also be pulling. So I'm going to show you a couple of exercises that you can do to relax your neck muscles. First, sitting up straight, just sitting very straight. And if you've been at the computer and you've been like this, you know, with your head kind of this way for a lot of the time, then you know that that's pulling on your back and neck muscles. So first thing we're going to do is to relax it. We're going to exaggerate. I'm just going to move this scarf down because my neck feels a little cold. I want to keep it warm while I'm doing this. Maybe I have to move it so that you can see what I'm doing now. So I'm going to, usually when I'm at the computer, I'm like this. So the muscles through here are being stressed all the way down into my neck and shoulders. So I'm going to exaggerate that, which we do in orthobionomy. And I'm just going to go the way that I usually go when I'm on the computer and just exaggerate that for a while, looking straight ahead like if I were on the computer. And I'm going to hold that for about 20 seconds. So I'm doing what I usually would do when I was on the computer. And I can feel my shoulders relaxing just by holding that position. And you're not holding it very hard, just gently. So that feels better already. So then check your neck, which way your neck turns the most comfortably. So mine turns this way more comfortably than it does the other way. So I'm going to turn my head that way, the way it's comfortable. I have my elbow here supporting my hand. Let me tip this down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I have my elbow here, just being supported by this hand, and I'm turning my head to the left, which is the more comfortable for me. And I'm holding this hand, and I'm just holding this hand steady. The elbow is to keep it in place. And I'm turning my head back towards my hand, against my hand, gently. And I'm going to hold that until I feel a release or count to 20 seconds. And I felt a little bit of release. So now I can turn further and more comfortably to the right. So you would repeat that. And just remember, you're holding, this hand is just to support this arm. And if you have a table or something you can support it on. Since I'm sitting here, I'm just using this hand to support it. And you're going to turn, I see my head is going farther. This way I can turn my neck further. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. And my hand is just here to stabilize. I'm not pressing with this hand. I'm holding it here firmly though. so that I can turn my head gently against it. And so I'm turning my head back. And I've got it there, and I'm just holding it. And I could feel that release. So you can turn it a little bit back towards your hand, but mainly you want to turn so that this hand is stabilized, and your head and neck are going towards that. And so my hand is just like that. And I do have my thumb is sort of right under my ear. And so as I check that, then it's even going further. Before I had some resistance here. So I'm going to do that now. Since I can turn this way, I'm going to try this on the other side. So I've just got my hand here like that to stabilize. This hand is just here holding this like this. And now I can turn my head as far as comfortable. And now I'm turning back towards this hand, and I'm holding it there for 20 seconds. And I can feel, it's very subtle, but I can feel muscle tension in my shoulders releasing. And my head just starts to go that way. If you hold it too tightly, your neck and head will not be able to rotate back. So that's really a lot better than it was. So I still feel some tension here. So if you're feeling tension here, there are several ways to do this, but I'm going to, because the tension is right back here in my shoulders, I'm going to bring it to almost where the tension is. It's not hurting or pulling, but I can feel that. So I'm going to take my hands and just push gently into these. Once again, this is the stabilizer. So I'm just gently pushing my forehead into my hands, towards my hands. And I'm holding that. Either you can count to 20, or just wait until you feel some release in the back of your neck, just above your shoulders. And I feel my head going that way, so that means that it has released. So that feels a lot better. A lot of that crackling has gone. You can also put your hands like this and get your head to just take it back to where it feels tight, but just below where just before. And just, I'm pressing my chin into my hands. And breath, of course, is always good. If you can add that oxygen, that will help it release. Okay. And one that I really like to do is to take my hands, get this scarf out of the way. I like to take my hands, lock my fingers, put right at the back of my head. I'm up straight, right to comfort, however my neck feels comfortable. And I'm just pressing my hand, pressing the back of my head into my hands. And you're going to feel that really soon. You feel it going down your neck, into the tops of your shoulders, and maybe into your arms. But not very hard. You're not doing it too aggressively. Just gently but firmly pressing your head into your hands. And I just felt a relaxation, and that feels my neck is able to move. It's still, I feel a little crackling, but you can do that and just feel what feels better for you. If you feel like you want to press your head over this way and hold it, either this way, hold it, and along with that, or before you do the hip and low back exercise that I did a few weeks ago. As you lay down and put your feet up on, you can put them on the couch, or you have a hassock, you can put them on the hassock, on your bed, however your feet, and just lay there with your feet in sort of that position. Your legs are on the bed, and relax that first. That will relax all the way up to your neck, because your back is always in a position where your spine, when you're on the computer for a long time, your back may be held in a position that's just not good, and you're so concentrated on what you're doing on the computer or whatever you're doing, even watching TV, you may be lounging on the couch. I know I do that, and my back is not supported. When I get up from the couch, I can feel the stress in my back from just being in that position for too long without proper support. So try the one that where you put your feet up on the square that you can make, or up on your bed or a chair or a hassock, footstool. Try that first and see how that releases your back. And then try these exercises. There's several you can do, but just try relaxing. And remember, exaggerate the pattern. If the pattern has been down like that, if you've been reading and your pattern has been with your head like that, exaggerate that pattern. Just take that pattern down past where you would normally have it, and just hold it there and breathe. About 10 to 20 seconds, you should feel that just releasing and relaxing, like my head is dropping, because just that little gentle exaggeration of the pattern helped that. And then, because the shoulders are connected to the neck, the other thing you can do is just bring your shoulder up, and if it wants to go back more easily, take it back. If it wants to go forward, this case, it feels more comfortable going back. So I'm going to put my hand down on the couch or a chair, whatever you're on, and just let that shoulder be up in an up position. Not hard, just very gently let that shoulder be compressed up towards your ear. And just sit there for 10 seconds. "20 seconds maybe. And that shoulder will start to release. You will feel it. If you just are very still, you will feel when it starts to come, it's like unwinding, and my shoulder starts to drop. And that helped all along here, the muscles leading up to my neck. And the other side, as I said, bring the shoulder up, exaggerate it, and put your hand down on the table. I have my hand kind of folded, and I'm pushing it up. So I'm just, and I'm also lean. You can lean into it. Lean your neck into that shoulder.